Hi, hello, namaskara. Welcome back, viewers, to another episode of my channel. It's the beginning of the new tax year, not anymore previous year or assessment year. It's a tax year 2026-27. In this new episode, we'll discuss and get to know about the form number 121, which replaces the form 15G and 15H, which is important for all individuals and HUF who doesn't have tax liability, or it is in a total income is less than the basic exemption limit. In this episode, we'll show you form 15G and H and form number 121, and what are the frequency and due dates, and what are the eligibility for you to submit the form number 121, and outcome of process declarations, structure of form number 121, and summary. Let's briefly understand form number 15G and H, which was as per the old IT rules and act. So name of the form as per IT rules 1962, it is 15G and H. Corresponding section of the IT Act 1961, 197A, 1A and 1C. Then corresponding rule is 29C. And then these are the form which self-declaration forms furnished by individuals to ensure deduction of tax at source TDS on specified incomes such as interest on bank deposit, post office deposits, or other specified incomes when their total income is below the taxable limit. So form 15G is for resident individuals below the age of 60 years and HUF with no tax liability for the year. Second, total interest income below the basic exemption limit. So that is the criteria. And 15H, individuals aged 60 years or more with estimated total income below the taxable limit after considering deductions. So that is the brief which was happening till last tax year, and with the introduction of a new act and a new form, new rule, form number 121 has come up. So let's understand form number 121. The name of the form as per IT rules 2026 is 121, and corresponding section of the IT Act 2025 is 393 subsection 6, and then corresponding rule of the IT rules 2026 is 211, right? And again, it is the purpose is same. It is a self declaration form furnished by individual to ensure no deduction of tax TDS on specified incomes such as interest on bank deposit, post office deposits, or other specified incomes when their total income is below the taxable limit, right? Who should file? uh, Resident individuals whether below 60 years or 60 years and above, HF and other specified eligible entities that meet the stipulated criteria. Companies and firms are not eligible to file the form 121. Non-residents are not eligible to file this form as well. Right? What has happened? It is they have combined the form 15G and 15H in single consolidated form number 121 to streamline reporting and reduce administrative complexity. Right? They have redundant columns have been deleted, explanatory notes have been provided to guide users in filing the form accurately. Right, see the revised form 121 will be a smart one to enhance user experience and providing ease of filing through it can be auto populated pre-filling of relevant details using information available from the profile, and then it can be a real-time validation, and if there are any errors it can be corrected immediately before submission. and drop downs and date pickers will be integrated, and it can be integrated with APIs and database. Checkbox based smart verification also it is possible, and the standardization of name and address fields etc will happen with this form number 121. And then small change of currency symbol from rupees has been replaced with the rupee symbol. So that is the overall summary of the form number 121. Let's understand frequency and due dates. Submission of declaration furnished to payer before income is credited or paid. Example, at the beginning of the tax year or before the first payment. Usually it will happen during the month of April after the first week till by end of the 30th April. So that is the period when it happens, as and when income arises as well. And then monthly statement by payer to be filed with the income tax department containing the details of declarations received. So it is for the banks or post office which they have to submit the monthly statement, not the individuals. Right, and quoting in quarterly TDS statement and payer again banks or post office, they have to quote the unique identification number, which will be a new thing allotted by the payer while filing statement in form number 140. So the monthly statement has to be filed on or before the 7th of the following month, and then along with the for quarterly TDS statement along with the form number 140, which is a quarterly TDS return. So let's check on the eligibility criteria, who can submit. The resident individual or HF or trust, not a company firm whose final tax liability is nil for the year. They can submit, only they can submit. And then total income including interest and whatever income subject to TDS should be such that expected tax liability is nil, and valid PAN is mandatory. And then important note is that submission of these forms does not make the income free from income tax. It only prevents the TDS being deducted so that you don't have to go through the process of refund, filing the return and getting the refund. If your tax liability is nil or the total total income is below the exemption limit. What are the outcome of process declaration? Why we should submit these declaration? Some of the benefits for declarants deductees, it is ensures no deduction of tax where income is below taxable limits, and then it reduces the need for refunds and simplifies tax filing. And then declaration data is reflected in form number 168, which is AIS, and confirming submission and linkage with the PAN. Let's understand the structure of the form number 121. It is divided into two parts, part A and part B. Part A covers the details of the declarant and declarations received, name of the declarant, PAN, UIN, date of birth, address, contact details, estimated income, estimated total income of the tax year, aggregate amount of income and date on which declaration is received. All these details which will be captured or which needs to be filled in by the declarant. And part B is the portion where it is details of the person responsible for paying the income, their name, address, PAN, contact details, and tax year. So what are the documents which required to file the form number 121? For individual, it is PAN, which is a mandatory. TAN, it is for the payer alone. Proof of age, details of income, investment for which no TDS is to be deducted, and then bank account details. So out of five, four relating to the person who is submitting the declaration, that is individual. TAN is for the bank or post office or financial institutions, which is required. So So let's see how the form number 121 looks like, which is very new, which needs to be started using for submitting the declarations from this tax year onwards. As mentioned earlier, it is divided into two parts. Part A, which needs to be filled by the person for receipt of certain incomes without deduction of tax. Right, details of the declarant, name, address, permanent account number, which is PAN, status, and residential status. Status is whether you are individual or HUF. Residential status, it is whether you are resident or non-resident. All those details has to be included. And if resident individual, whether age is 60 years or more at any time during the tax year, that has to be you have to say yes or no. And then your email ID, contact number, country code number, and then which is the tax year, and details of the income, nature of income, estimated income for which declaration is made, details of the form number 121 other than this form filed during the tax year. Right, so that has to be provided. Total number of form number 121 filed earlier, that has to be mentioned. Aggregate amount of income for which form number 121 were filed. The aggregate amount of income for which declaration is made during the tax year. Estimated total income for the tax year, including the income mentioned in column 12. So for example, if you are submitting this declaration for 50,000 of FD interest for which you are going to receive, and your total income is less than the basic exemption limit, the up to 12, it is the income for which you are filing this declaration. For the serial number 13, it includes the total income which you estimated total income for the tax year entire, include other than the FD interest, if there are any profession or business or salary income which is less than the basic exemption limit, so that you have to provide the total estimated total income for the tax year. And then if you have filed any ITR for the previous two tax year, you have to mention the tax year and then acknowledgement number and what is the return income which you have mentioned, I mean, so which you have filed. So that has to be captured here. And then the declaration, you have to write your name and then PAN number, and then select, go through this document and mention the place and then date and provide your signature. Part B is for the person who has received declarations and they have to verify certain documents or details and then submit this, so you don't have to worry about the part B. It is for individual, it is only this portion which you have to fill and submit the form 121, whether it is below 60 years or above 60 years. It is one consolidated form number 121 which you need to submit. Hope this episode helped you to understand the new Form 121 and its structure, purpose, and benefits. And now you are able to fill in with more confidence instead of confusion and hesitation. Please follow, subscribe to my channel, share feedback, and click on bell icon for receiving the notification on new videos uploaded with new topics. Till then, signing off from this episode. Thank you very much for watching till end of this episode and take care.